The enchanting and magnificent golden city of Rajasthan fascinates one and all with its old world charm, the elegant sand castle, the breathtaking Havelis, and captivating sand dunes. This picturesque town hosted the Chief Election Officers Conference held on 4th and 5th February 2010. The delegates from different states of India were given a warm traditional welcome on arrival. The splendid Fort Rajwada, with its strikingly carved sandstone latticework and impressive elegance, was chosen as the venue of the conference. The conference started on the morning of 4th February with the Chief Election Commissioner, Mr. Naveen Chawla, proposing the future plan and enumerating certain key issues to be taken up.
We have received a letter from the Ministry of Overseas Affairs regarding voting for NRIs. I would like as many inputs as possible from you as to how far this might be feasible. We are now more and more confronting the issue of paid news, and I want to know what your views may be on how we can tackle these.
The Election Commissioner, Dr. S.Y. Qureshi, spoke about the increasing voter awareness in 2010.
The concerns for this year are very obvious. We have only one election, that is Bihar, but for all of you it's a year of housekeeping. And we should use this opportunity to set the house in order. And of course, the top priority in this will be the perfection of the electoral rolls. Because electoral rolls, as you know, is the backbone of democracy.
The Election Commissioner, Mr. V.S. Sampath, instructed the CEOs to properly monitor the police cases filed during elections.
Generally, we start looking at these things very seriously only during the subsequent election. At your level, we would expect you to have more periodical meetings with the concerned police establishment at the state level and pursue these cases. We have also come across some cases in some states where state governments have tried to withdraw the cases unilaterally. These are all things which are happening mainly because of lack of monitoring on our part. This is something which should be looked at very closely.
After the opening session, Deputy Election Commissioner and CEO Rajasthan, Mr. Vinod Zucchi, laid out the agenda of the conference. Plenary Session 1 started with Deputy Election Commissioner Mr. Alok Shukla discussing the importance of standardization of electoral rolls and their computerization.
Citizen services like online application, online search, etc. is not available. Also, please remember, when we talk of greater participation, what happens is when people make applications in Form 6, 7, 8 or 8A, many a times they don't come to know what is happening to their application and they keep running from pillar to post. So unless you have a good kind of a online system, you will never be able to track the applications, and therefore citizen satisfaction will always be relatively low. So that becomes an important thing.
His presentation also dealt with the different aspects of photo merging. The CEC and EC emphasized on the need of maintaining the safety of the master database. CEO Karnataka shared his experience of maximizing EPIC coverage by inputting data through a handheld device which was taken door to door. The queries and problems faced by CEOs to achieve 100% photo electoral roll and EPIC were taken up.
BLO is not well paid. We had raised this issue in 08 and you had agreed that it should be put up, but you had left it to the state governments to decide to what level. That doesn't work. The state governments will not do it if it's left to them. You need to fix the thing.
The trail of appointing BLOs is, as per the commission directions, is that the ERO, in consultation with the DEO, will appoint the BLO.
After a short tea break, the agenda point of election expense monitoring and accounting was brought up by Deputy Election Commissioner Mr. R. Balakrishna and Deputy Election Commissioner Mr. J.P. Prakash.
Is that so far the expenditure monitoring has not been taken as a serious business. Number two, nobody has lost his election for having overspent. And third party expenditure has not been monitored properly. Take for example that during election, why on earth anybody should invite a candidate to preside over any number of functions morning and lunch time and dinner time. And then we are unduly worried that how can in a free country stop a candidate being invited to preside over. But why not that be stopped during election time?
During the elections, model code of conduct, even the expenditure, etc., you keep monitoring, you keep taking action. After the election is over, when the expense account is submitted to you, means when I say you, I mean the DEOs, at that point of time, maybe because of the election fatigue or whatever reason, we do not look at it at all as to what is there in the report. Can the CEO's office develop a mechanism of looking at the expense accounts which are submitted by the different candidates?
Dr. Qureshi suggested some practical ways to monitor the expenses.
The statement which are submitted by each political party within 30 days after the election, can we put it on the website so that if we have no time to monitor, let the neighbor monitor, let his rival monitor, let the ADR and these NGO civil society organizations monitor. Obviously the whole file of one candidate cannot be put upon the board. So we found that there is a summary sheet, one-page sheet at the top of the expenditure. Let us put that.
The legal counsel, Mr. S.K. Mendiratha, emphasized the need for scrutiny of expenses at the DEO level and gave the legal view on certain points raised by some participants.
The responsibility of taking action against the candidate will scarcely lie with the election commission. So on that account, they need not worry. And we have very effective powers. So your fear that nothing will come out, that is not also correct. So we have the power, we have the onus will then lie on us to take action against the candidate.
CEO Rajasthan, Mr. Vinod Zucchi, and Director General, IEC, Mr. Akshay Rott, raised the issue of paid news.
You have a committee which looks at the advertisements as they pass through. Can that committee be empowered and extended to look at the paid news and identify them and to suggest if they can be booked on the expenditure or if they are violative of model code of conduct in whatever direction? Second thing, or you would like to engage some specialist agency to do this job for us. So there is a lot of thinking going on, but there is an agreement on the side of Commission that we need to act, and how much more, and in what manner, and through what mechanism, this needs thinking.
CEC wanted some out-of-the-box thinking on issues of defacement of buildings, expenditure limits, and star campaigners, and the delegates gave their suggestions on these issues. In plenary session 2, Director General IEC, Mr. Akshay Rott, gave a detailed presentation of the IEC plan and activities that would be a part of the post-Diamond Jubilee celebrations. He cited the IEC interventions of the Jharkhand experience, which would eventually form the backbone of the IEC action plan. He also thanked all the delegates who had put in a lot of hard work to make the Diamond Jubilee celebrations and international symposium in Delhi a huge success. The issues of service voters, postal ballots, and polling station rationalization were discussed as part of the next agenda points. Various suggestions that came up from the delegates were discussed.
The service electors must be as the last part of every assembly constituency. This is the time, within course peace time, when we can actually do this enrollment for service voters. Also, please distribute to them the forms wherein they can appoint proxies. Because one criticism which always comes to us is that the postal ballots do not reach back in time, and therefore they get wasted, they don't get counted. Therefore, if most of the service voters are in a position to appoint proxies, then we can dispense with the postal ballot for those people, and we can easily, they will get their voting rights.
After lunch, the delegates were assembled in 7 small working groups and 7 agenda items were given to them for deliberations. The next day's session started with CEC instructing the working groups to make their presentations. The proactive presentations and suggestions of the working groups were thoroughly deliberated upon.
There was common consensus that now that the BLO system has come into being and has stabilized, we got to further institutionalize it.
One of the issues which all the states have again raised, that the primary key in the table structure is not defined. There is a system generated number which is to function as a primary key. So only if the operator knows the part number, serial number, or knows that particular system generated number, he'll be able to trace the record. For the public who will search the record based on text, it will become a very cumbersome job.
Mr. Ankur Garg, DC Tirap, and Ms. Swati Sharma, DEO, Kameng District of Arunachal Pradesh, gave a presentation on webcasting.
The selection of the polling stations was only of the critical, hypersensitive and sensitive polling stations. My district is a small district with a population of only around 75,000. That is as per the 2001 census, with an area of 7422 square kilometers. Population density is very less, but it certainly made our task difficult when ensuring that the voters could come out openly without any fear or favor, especially because my district had 5 tribes. Some of them are in minority situations in certain places. We have 4 assembly constituencies and only 150 polling stations, out of which 43 were on foot march, sir, and out of those 43, around 25 of them on 2-day foot march, sir. The lowest number of electors, as we can see, was 4 in 2 polling stations in my district, and we ensured that temporary structures were made available, and 4, despite the fact that it was a very low number, and polling officials, basically 7 of them went. It was a voter-dominated area, sir. And still we were able to go for the peaceful elections there, sir. And the entire information was provided on the website to ensure that people could see where they were supposed to go. The sites were primarily selected which had the BSNL internet broadband connectivity. We were purely dependent on the Yahoo Messenger services, sir, and we did it for the first time in the district. So we had created 13 IDs, and requisite hardware for PCs and equipment did not involve any funding because we did it in-house as an internal project only, sir. We managed the PCs from SSA programs and different computer learning programs. Webcams certainly we bought because there was one placed by the Election Commission of India, and proper recording was also done of the events.
CEC congratulated the webcasting team for their appreciable initiative.
What Alok initiated and what you were able to implement was one of the highlights of the election, and well done Alok, well done to both of you. To be able to see transparency of this kind on our own screens, that too in perhaps the most remote area of the country. Very big achievement.
In plenary session 5, the model plan for documentation of electoral process in districts prepared by DEO Jodhpur was released. Mr. Vinod Zucchi, Deputy Election Commissioner and CEO Rajasthan, under whose guidance this initiative was taken, explained the idea behind the plan.
Any person who is conducting the elections as DO or the ERO, he has to just get hold of this document, and the help of this document, both in soft copy and hard copy, which is placed in his office, he should be in a position to know as to how ideally the elections could be conducted.
Mr. Naveen Mahajan, DEO Jodhpur, gave the details of the model plan in his presentation.
Each and everything which is relevant to a booth, it comes at the flick of a page. We just have to fill in the booth number and all the data, be it the criticality factors, S1, S2, S3, S4, all the facilities, be it ramp, lighting, furniture, the other requirements, sector magistrate, zonal magistrate, some micro observer, video cameras, digital cameras, what is the voter list profile, what is the actual poll which you place, the BLO, its name, every micro detail which we need for conduct of elections pertaining to a booth is available on.
The CEC concluded the conference by finalizing the future action plan.
We have decided that we're going to have zonal meetings. The second is that we would like suggestions from all our CEOs on issues of expenditure control, which we have begun to now take more seriously, and expenditure monitoring, as well as on paid news. For improving the election management of the legislative councils, Mr. Suranjana's group had given excellent suggestions. I think that all of those need to be incorporated, and Mr. Mendiratha will be taking care of that other suggestion of the change in the rules where we would address the Ministry of Law and Justice. Recommendations and report of the seven working groups shall be part of our standard agenda in the Commission and in the quarterly meetings. On IEC issues, I must once again congratulate and thank Akshay in particular, who for the last 6 weeks, assisted of course by us all, but he was the nodal person, and I would like to give him, on behalf of all of us present in the room, a really big hand for the excellent amount of work he did.
The conference was a great enriching and learning experience for the delegates.
One is taking back a lot of shared experiences, a lot of innovative practices, and I think it just enriches the work one is doing. The session today in particular, where all the 7 groups shared, the working groups, they shared their ideas on the various aspects of electioneering, was very, very useful for all of us.
Naturally, one learns a lot from experiences because all the CEOs from so many states, they're all experienced. So they come up with new ideas. There has been a webcasting done by Tamil Nadu and Arunachal Pradesh of the entire polling station. They've casted it on the web. They've put the entire polling process on the web. So we have to be more high-tech, technology savvy for that.
The best practices which they have adopted, certainly we will try to get to know more about them and then try to implement it with local modifications in our state.
We've covered large number of new areas, emerging areas of election management. I personally learned a lot from the conference.
I'll take back many new insights which will be useful for the state and ultimately for the country.
After the concluding session, CEC shared the outcome of the conference with the media. The second CEO's conference touched many critical and imperative aspects of election management and would be a major milestone in the path of achieving greater voter participation for a stronger democracy.